Technical. I was supposed to be here 45 minutes ago. It's going to get better, though. Ooh, child, things are going to get easier. See, this is, let's talk some 49ers football. It feels so much better when you're having issues to talk about the red and gold. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you see on Twitter, I was like so amused because every now and then you go through the players' various things they have posted up, the personal stuff, right? So I'm going through Nick Bosa, right? And he's got this, Nick, his dad, and Joey, man, them guys, man, they be at each other all the time. They got this whole sequence of events they like to go through to challenge each other. I'm laughing because it's a bit of Bosa, man. You wake up every morning, man, if you're Nick, man. I got to kick Joey and Pop's ass today on several different things. And they're really competitive family. I guess that's what makes the Bosas who they are. Man, they're hilarious. Anyway, fam, speaking of, I was thinking about I saw an article I kind of got amused by. I hadn't thought about this so soon, but surprise cup predictions heading into 2021. Who are those guys? And Ray Jr., did you point out that probably everybody that we there's going to be no cuts. There's going to be on the practice squad now that the practice squad's not only been expanded, but you can put anybody on there that you want to. And the ruling around that is pretty team-friendly, actually. So, but while anything regarding roster moves is possible, there are 49er players you just absolutely do not want to hear or see anything about them going anywhere, especially this year, especially when you're talking about a contender like the team currently appears to be at this particular time. So tonight we'll be going to the phones for your take on players that could shockingly become financial as well as other reasons left behind in the 2021 drive for a Niners Lombardi. It's past time. It's way past time. Go get it. Put it in a showcase. 6 is an even number we need instead of 5. It's time to change it. Oh, did you see the new throwbacks? Yeah, Jerry got Jerry out there modeling a new throwback jersey. Yeah, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know what you can do to a throwback jersey at this point to make it look any. They ran out of ideas. There's nothing else to do but look like it does now. The sleeves look a little like not so antique as the others did, but it's still cool. It's pretty safe to guess out the Niners' 53-man roster anyway, heading into 2021. But they're always so surprised. All of a sudden, oh, no kidding. You get that, oh, no kidding moment. It's probably going to come up sometime between now and September, right? And those could include some well-known shocking goodbyes. And for the most part, the Niners' starting offensive and defensive lineups, at a glance, they pretty much appear set. You figure there's only so much that could be shocking, a surprise that's going to happen. And by the way, I make clear this is like shocking surprises. Now, the chances of them happening is probably 70-30. They're not going to happen. But just to speculate and ruminate, it just makes it kind of fun to do. There are maybe a few positions up for grabs here and there, and a sizable majority of the reserve depth spots are mostly looking set as well. The pecking order will be determined during training camp and the preseason activity. This is per usual. And if you do well in camp, of course, coach can say, damn, boy, shoot. We knew you had stuff, but you brought it today. We're going to move you right up. You'll be number 2. Or the number 1 guy probably already knows who he is, right? It's not like somebody's going to walk up to Trey Greenlaw and says, Trey, you know what? Forget about Fred Warner. You are the guy. That's never going to happen. That's all that said, though. There are usually a few surprise additions and or cuts every year. Some fringe players sitting on the weekend of the roster bubble and end up making it impossible to ignore them. And they do indeed find their way onto the 53-man roster. Those are always the guys. Dudes become camp faves, right? With everybody rooting for them. Who doesn't love an underdog? I still remember that. Remember that edge rusher we had? Oh, the dude was like crazy in preseason. I mean, he had I think he had double-digit sacks in the preseason. They cut him. Remember that dude? Remember when we had that that collab workout up in Denver, and he was just going buck wild. And they got rid of him. He didn't last in the NFL, though, because he went to another team. They said his biggest problem was he could do nothing against the run, but you put him on the edge, he'll get that quarterback all day. I said, this is a job for a guy like that. I mean, if you don't have to, maybe don't max him out salary, but just go ahead and say, listen, your only job is to seek and destroy the QB. We're not going to put you in on rundowns. You get that quarterback like you've been doing in preseason here, you'll find yourself big payday coming up, though. Oh, what was that guy's name? I think what was that the last year of Tom Sula? No, somewhere in there. Anyway, in other cases, safe veterans wind up being cut just before week one, and that's nothing new as well. The only guesswork is trying to figure out who falls into either category. We'll try to do that tonight just for entertainment's sake. Probably the most popular cut, though. The most popular cut the Niners could make that would bring a huge round of applause from a huge contingent is to include my dude, Jimmy G, in the surprise cut list and going with the fresh out of the draft rookie, Trey Lance. This would indeed save the Niners a ton of money, though, and put Lance into a situation where he can put his talents to immediate use while leaving some living happily ever after. Boy, some people just be, yes, get him out of here, get that son. But I tell you what, for those pulling for that to happen, there has been zero not overtures from the Niners camp about this. But then again, you could probably say 49ers are always quiet about what they're about to pull the trigger on. In fact, all reports stemming from the previous offseason workout so far indicate Garoppolo is still in full command of that starting spot. So, no, Mrs. Garoppolo's baby boy most likely won't be listing on the surprise cuts heading into 2021. You ought to stop. Anyway, of course, you can put him on your list when we go to the phones and explain your reasoning on it. I did notice other names that are for sure shocking, though, as well. On this particular list I was looking at here as surprising if they were to come true, and especially the reasons behind each of the names I noticed on the list, starting with Kowalski T. Again, we're talking shocking cuts here, not the ones that seem likely, most likely won't happen. I got my fingers crossed that it won't happen. On the surface, it wouldn't make much sense to part ways with a veteran like Kowalski T with the experience he's got in the system and all that. Truth is, though, when QT's on the field, he makes the Niners defense that much better. One of the problems, though, is QT, like so many on the roster, hasn't been able to stay on the field much. Landing on the IR in 3 of the last 4 seasons, including suffering a turf toe injury that appeared to carry over into OTAs, a potential cause for concern even now. Back on a 1-year deal, the Niners don't have anything invested in Tart beyond this season. And while the loss of DB Tavares Moore to an Achilles tear thins out the depth chart a good deal, the Niners still have a number of other safeties who could potentially fill the void. It'd be easy to immediately think, yes, another rookie, Talanoa Hufanga. He's popular. People love him already. He ain't played. He ain't done nothing yet, but people love him. So does he have the skill set, though? I mean, can he bring it right now at this particular time in his career to unseat Kowalski T? The real threat to Kowalski T, though, could be the recently acquired Tony Jefferson, who was a quality safety for both the Arizona Cardinals and Baltimore Ravens before tearing his ACL in 2019 and missing all of that year. Tart's injuries lingered throughout training camp, and Jefferson is showcasing the talents that made him famous. It actually wouldn't be that surprising, crazy to see OT get let go while Jefferson takes over QT's snaps. And then you look at left guard Laken Tomlinson. Now, unlike Kowalski T, veteran left guard Laken Tomlinson has been one of the Niners' most reliable players ever since he was acquired back in 2017, missing just that one game. Dude's missed one game that particular year. And like QT, LT is also 29 years old. LT has been effective over the 4-year span in San Francisco. Nothing spectacular, crazy, but he's rock solid, right? But there are reasons to suspect the Niners could consider moving on in an attempt to get both younger and cheaper along that offensive line. To begin with, 2021 is a contract year for LT with his 3 additional years all voided per over the cap. He's scheduled to earn 6.59 mil this year, but there's zero in guaranteed money. And things have a tendency to get a little weird when guarantees run out. True, his 1.59 million prorated signing bonus would have to be eaten. But if the Niners were to make him a pre-week one cut, they'd save $5 million in much-needed cap space that could eventually go towards extending a player like Mrs. Warner's baby boy, Freddie, man. I'm telling you, he ain't going nowhere no matter what, though. The caveat, though, would be finding a replacement, right? But San Francisco arguably has one in rookie offensive guard, Aaron Banks. Again, some of the speculation for what rookies are going to come and do is kind of like risky, dangerous, and you got to wait. You don't automatically assume any rookie, I don't care who he is, where he was drafted, you don't assume he's just going to come in, I'm NFL ready, man, let me, whatever you want to get rid of it, I got it. No, you got to show me more than just your sentences, bruh. So that's the way that works. Banks is currently battling with Mr. Versatility, though, Daniel Brunskill for the right guard position. But if both players wind up displaying high-level talent in camp, it might be in the Niners' best interest to let both start, thereby parting ways with Lakin, the Jamaican Thomason, as a result. Oh, I don't like that idea at all. The experience matters at this point with the guys that they're playing with. Lakin knows and seen everything you're going to be able to see the length of time he's been with us. No. And by the way, I'll let you know up front, I don't support any of these cuts. None, not one. I'm just looking at the reasoning. I'm thinking, damn. The reasoning's kind of solid, but, running back, Raheem the Dream Mostert. Again, this discussion is mainly for entertainment purposes, only and to stimulate debate. These are not probable cuts, but, the theme here tonight is shocking moves. But like QT and LT, there's some logic behind why this could happen. Suddenly, Mostert doesn't fit into the Niners' long-term plans. Certainly not in the final year of his contract, and especially not because he'll also be turning 30 years old after the upcoming season. If it doesn't seem to be in San Francisco's plan to retain runners on the wrong side of that important age benchmark for tailbacks. We've seen those come in and out. Even the incredible Frank Gore left way before he was ready to go, and before now that we know it was necessary for him to go. The 49ers may have tipped their hand with regards to him. His future anyway, drafting Ohio State's Trey Sermon and Louisiana's Elijah Mitchell just this last spring. 49ers will be drafting people that run the ball in the draft, fam. They don't. You and I both know this. The 49ers will settle for a UDFA in a heartbeat. Why the sudden change this year? Reports from OTA suggested both were impressive during practices, and Sermon was getting plenty of work with the first-team unit as well. Maybe because he was out, doesn't necessarily mean anything more than that. Cutting Mostert between now and week one would generate over $450,000 in dead money, but with a capped savings of 3.15 mil. Again, making the extension context for Fred Warner look much better. And while this might not be quite as likely in the wake of the Niners losing Jeff Wilson Jr. 4 to 6 months with a meniscus tear, at least they'd be able to anticipate a midseason return from Jeffrey. Meanwhile, Sermon, Mitchell, JaMychal Hasty, and the recently added Wayne Gallman would be asked to plug that gap. A lot of running backs, huh? Do all of them equal Raheem Mostert, though? We're talking about a guy who set a new record in the playoffs for gaining yards. They couldn't do a damn thing with Green Bay could not do a damn thing with Raheem Mostert that night, as the rest of the team just sat back and watched him destroy that team all by himself. You got to be careful with thinking about getting rid of guys like that. He'll go to another team, and he'll be next. Did he look like he was slowing down last year? He got hurt, yes. Slowing down, no. He'll still hit that seam, and he will smoke any defense in the league once he gets out a step. And by a step, I mean one. If he gets a step on the defense, and anybody trailing, anybody on the side of the field, it's over. It's over. It's over. Yeah, everybody can stop running. Just let him go on in there, kick the ball, and get ready to take the ball back on offense. You're not going to catch him. It's not going to happen. It's certainly not likely Mostert is gone, though. But if he winds up being cut, there's a substantial reason why, just for those reasons I just mentioned. Fam, QTLT, Heme the Dream is those names that you can actually imagine doing without in this redemption year of 2021. Is that the case? Can you do without those three people? Or are you saying forget about it? Or as Nana Michael said, forget about it. No, you're not going to do it. Also, do you have any names to add to the list with any plan or surrounding dogma that could actually fit as to why you would have to say to goodbye to this any particular player you're thinking about? So, Ray Jr., what's up? I got a feeling the Niners going to keep most of the guys on these on this team and put the ones that potentially cut on the practice squad. And that's true. What I wonder about with the practice squad, if you're getting paid a lot of money, do the 49ers go ahead and allocate that kind of funding to the practice squad, or do you go ahead and make a trade? That's a really scary proposition. William Roberts is praying that Hurd will finally get on the field and play this season, as we all are. I mean, hardcore. Matty S. out in Bend, Oregon. What's up, Matt? And Ellis, when we first got Kyle, we'd make 90% games close AF. Had everyone sweating when playoffs time came because a loss to us ruined a few. Yeah. Easy the third. Ronbo Sports got my Fred Warner throwback jersey. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's available already, too. Elias Garcia. I honestly think Tomlinson isn't as effective. There's one weakling on the line. McGlinchey needs to step up. Yeah. You know, as I said, though, with offensive lines, you got to be careful because what makes an offensive line good is having worked together for a length of time and knowing when you're going to yang, I'm going to yang. When you're going to jump, I'm going to run. You know, you got that offensive line continuity is everything with them. So we'll see. Hey, 49ers. Hey, Jersey, JJ, get in here.
Hello.
I love when he brings in the Jerry Lewis.
What's up, Rainbow?
Hey, JJ, man, I'm not sitting looking, man, at the surprise cuts, man. Yeah, and you look at some of the story behind why they could potentially be gone. It's kind of scary stuff. So, you know, maybe you have no fear of all this. What are you thinking?
I've been saying for a while. I mean, some people have some good reasons for it, but I love him, the dream, but I mean, you got to remember we have no more first-round picks. The writing's already on the wall about Jimmy, which I can't stand. But, you know, that's a lot of money right there with Jimmy, and then you got him right there, plus you already have studs that are coming up. Who knows how good the Sermon kid's going to be. I think he's going to be amazing, to be honest. And Shanahan's system is just going to be
So you faded out in that last sentence. Give me, say it again.
I was saying because the way that Kyle works his thing is Sermon looks amazing. Like he's gonna step up, and then you got Hasty. People keep forgetting about Hasty. Jeff's gonna get better.
Those jump cuts.
You know what I mean? So this is a run for his team. You know what I mean? So that's why I was hoping. Again, you got to remember that we have no more first round, so we got to find a way to work it. That's why I was saying I wasn't really worried when we got rid of those many first round picks to get Trey, because I know Parag.
Assets.
And I know John, and I know Kyle. These guys know how to work it. So
that's true, huh?
So that's
when it comes to working the system, as far as manipulating players and things like that. These dudes are good. They really are. I mean, we could be sitting like the Rams and some of these other teams around the league. They're sitting in deficits like $1 billion, right? We're not. Yeah. We still have a few $1 million left, even though it's got to be used. But still, it's there. Some teams can't even say that. They've got to mortgage a player just to play their draft picks.
Yeah, I got to give credit to that dingbat Russo because he called the whole thing with Kinlaw. Now, at the time, getting rid of Buckner didn't seem a very smart move, but what you saw that we got out of it, we covered the spot, and we got who I think might be, I don't know, there's a possibility he could be the next Jerry Rice in IU.
Yeah.
This kid's got something special in him, so it's like, I don't know. Like, I know, like I said, Parag knows how to work his magic. So I'm not really worried about the whole draft picks next year. So Plus, it don't matter. We're going to be picking 32 anyways.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. I think that's the 49ers were anticipating when they said, what difference does it make if we get rid of our first round pick? We're going to be picking so low in the order anyway that it's not going to be feasible for us to be losing out on a player just because we're worried about that first round pick. So that really is. I'm thinking they're thinking that way, and they may anticipate, JJ. They may know something about the future as far as winning ball games that we never even contemplated. So you're right. Number 32, that ain't good. 31, 30, 31, 32, 29. Those are not good picks. So you may as well go ahead and get rid of it.
Yeah. See, the thing that a lot of people don't realize and they completely forget is that we have 90% of the entire Super Bowl team that we had last year, and 90% of them went down. We had the same team, and yet we still ended up going 6-10. And on top of that, this dynamic team we had, we moved up to 3. So it's like you're waking a sleeping giant. It's the same thing in 2018. We were terrible, and everybody thought. Remember, I forgot that dude's name. Who said we were going to go 3-13.
Oh, Adam Rank.
Yeah, I'm ranked. Yeah, we all knew. We all knew what was coming. It's the same thing this year. So,
yep. Yeah.
Of course, me Jersey Joe.
Yeah.
And New Jersey Joe, I have to say something about these new jerseys, Rob. Good Lord, I know you saw them.
I saw it. Jerry Rice is modeling that. I don't know. I just get the feeling they've run out of ideas. I says, okay, wait.
What? Don't tell me you don't like them, Ronbo.
No, it's okay. I love it. I'm just saying, I'm not shocked by it or surprised. So,
Yeah.
I guess you can only do so much with the throwback, so I'm laughing. But it looks good. Yeah.
Yeah. I know I'm not superstitious anyway, but the last time we wore the red and the white throwback shadow numbers with a 75-year patch, we won the Super Bowl.
I know. Hey, if for no other reason, I gotta appreciate that. Yeah. And we're all superstitious when it comes to that kind of stuff. Heck yeah. So.
But yeah, that was pretty much it.
JJ, good stuff, man. I always appreciate when you get in here. And I know Big Show loves it when you get in here. And, so.
Big Show's off his high horse right now. Hey, Rum, I had asked before in the chat, but I still didn't know how you got it. Like, how do you do the video chat?
The video chat?
Because the app's not there no more. Yeah, like how I call in with a video call.
Okay, there's a phone number. We're still going through Uber. Uber's got to change.
Maybe it's on the Zoom or something.
Zoom. I'm sorry. Zoom. They're still zooming in. There's some changes going on within that organization or that site. So, But anyway.
Okay. All right, man. Good talking to you, Ronbo.
Hey, JJ, I'm getting yelled at from production. I'm sorry. Just everything's all instructions right there in the instructions in the there for you. So if you want to zoom in, okay. Anyway.
Okay, I'll zoom in, right?
Right on the video, you'll see the instruction, and get right in there.
All right, gotcha.
All right, fam. Talk to you later.
All right, Ronbo, you have a good night.
You too.
Rudy, you ain't shit.
Oh, man. Hey.
All right, Ronbo, you have a good night.
You too, JJ. Hey, my best to the Twins. How they doing anyway?
Oh, they're good. They're walking now.
Oh! Uh-oh, here comes
one of them's already throwing a football, so.
There you go. Here you go. You just got to be that wide receiver for him. All right, 2J.
All right, Rob. You have a good night, man.
You too, fam.
Later, bye.
And John Taylor and Patrick Willis inducted to the 49ers Hall of Fame. And are you getting that 94 throwback jersey? Well, nice. It's Ronbo Sports all day. Hey, as a matter of fact, actually, we should all support that because of the fact that it is that year. It is time. It's time. It's time. Hey, Vader, I haven't talked to Vader in such a long time. But, John, thanks for that contribution. Fam, Jay, come on in, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, we're looking at those potential shocking cuts, those sacrificial lambs going into this year of great expectation. And I listed QT, Gwoski, Lakin Tomlinson, and possibly Raheem Mostert. Honestly, I would bet the farm against any of them coming. But some of the reasoning behind why they might say goodbye uh, is actually something that probably they did talk about. But it's
I
going to
don't.
depend how certain people look in camp too.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna release Raheem Mostert yet. I think they're gonna see how we have that power running back and that speedy running back. I think that's what they're gonna try to do. Change the tempo, try to change it. I don't think we're gonna see Raheem Mostert out of here. I think he's gonna stay. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this year. Because if he stay healthy, that's just another arsenal in our belt.
He is
So
he is scary. I mean, if I'm on the
yeah,
defensive side of the ball, man, make sure that gap is closed tight. Because if you give him
you're right.
6 inches, he's gone.
Yeah,
So
because that playoff game was not a fluke. He just didn't stay healthy last year, and a lot of our players didn't stay healthy last year. So I think he's gonna come back, try to prove himself and show that he's capable of playing all 16 games, hopefully, and we'll see.
And even if he
You know,
doesn't, don't miss the whole season or 8 or 9 games. Just maybe a week off or here or there. We can cover that. We'll probably be fine. But don't miss
we could
large
take
amounts of
a week.
games.
Yeah, I really think he's gonna turn the table. I think he's gonna be ready for this year, and I think hopefully all our players will be.
Yeah,
Because I hope Robert, I hope they see what's going on with Jimmy and take their job seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because Kyle's not playing anymore, and I'm trying to tell people this, that he don't have that many losing season in him to be a 49er head coach.
Yeah.
It just,
He
we
did.
got a stacked team, and we ready to win the Super Bowl or, make a huge impact in the playoffs. So, I don't know. But I don't see Raheem Mostert going. I think we're going to keep Tart because, since the injury to Moore, I don't think we're going to let him go. So who was the other guy you spoke of?
Lakin Tomlinson over on the left side. And this has a lot to do with Aaron Banks versus Brunskill. If you don't need it, if they're like battling like tooth and nail through preseason, and Brunskill's holding his own against Banks, then they're going to think, why don't we just keep them both out on the field, and we can sort of let Lakin go. Because, can you imagine if Banks is that tough, putting him next to Trent Williams?
That's true, but
two huge bodies, road grading and protecting. That's crazy. Well, we'll see. Because I like Lakin, and he's had too much time over there. Him and Trent know how to work together after a year. Experience is a huge factor now.
Right. You're absolutely right, but man, I don't know, man. I'll kind of keep the line, try to keep as many linemen if I possibly could. It'd be some people getting cut, but you gotta have good linemen. You gotta have good linemen that know the system. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's very tough, you know what I'm saying, to know who's going to get cut this year, who's going to be there. But I don't think it's going to be our main guys. I really don't. I think he's going to try to run it back with the same guys, and the guys that we know is going to get cut, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be probably Travis Benjamin, or, other player, Rivcraft or whoever's last name is. I don't see them cutting, unless you just come to camp and you ain't ready and you just out of shape. That's the only way I could see you not. I think guys are, he's going to keep the guys until you prove that you're not worthy to be kept. He's shown that. He's shown that with injured players. You know what I'm saying? Well, I just don't see him cutting them type of players who've been there and
your first line guys. Remember Trent Brown? That's still the biggest shock for me in a long time. But you know what? The reason why I thought about him is you just mentioned something. You come into camp all out of shape and looking like you got about getting rid of 20, 30 pounds within the next 2 weeks. Yeah, this sends an attitude issue to the coaching staff. And they got rid of Brown. And although Mike McGlinchey is a great run guy, but nobody protects like Trent Brown. And it's one of those things you need to show your best stuff right now in camp. Guys, no.
Exactly. Because you don't look like you just ate a bunch of Krispy Kreme donuts. You know what I'm saying? You got to come in there ready to go. And I think that's what he probably did. He seen that he wasn't ready to go, and he was like, I'm here. I've got to cup somebody who's big so somebody knows that I ain't playing.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. You know, he looked at the person who wasn't ready, who's been here a while, cut them to prove to the team that,
we're serious around here.
I'm here, and I'm going to prove something to them and get everybody shaping up and have everybody, sometimes it's also a mind game too. You know, when you come in there as a head coach, as a young, unproven head coach, you got to let the team buy in. And so I think I don't think it's going to be any of them guys. I really don't. I really don't think any of them guys are going to cut.
This is not the year you want to do it anyway. You got to go for broke. This is the year you got all the pieces in place.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it
exactly,
done.
Ronbo. We were supposed to do it last year. You know what I'm saying? And then that wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? So we have to do it this year. You know what I'm saying? We have to. We have to make it through because we had the Super Bowl in our grasp. We had it in our hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just didn't capitalize on the situation.
And probably would have last year if not for injuries. Jay, we got to cut it off though. Let me let's see. We'll probably be back this weekend. Yeah. All right, fam. Good stuff, Jay.
All right, Ronbo. Appreciate what you do, brother. You have a good night, man.
You too. Night, Jay. There's Jay out in Tennessee. Hey, Eric, we go to New York City, 917 Yellow. Get that from the, remember Phil in Modern Family used to piss me off with that. Yellow. Hey, 917. Kind of late in the Big Apple. Might have passed out. We go back to Cali. Immediately. Oh. Did we interrupt Emilio at a party?
No, you didn't.
Can you imagine Emilio boogieing? Got the lampshade on his head.
No, you didn't.
Got the brewski in his hand. That's a hilarious
It was
sight.
my wife watching TV. I was getting that.
Emilio. So, man, you know what, Emilio? If anybody knows about surprise cuts, well, I know you got some in mind. Emilio, can you imagine? You know what? Honestly, I don't see anybody leaving the 49ers this year. If you're a veteran, we actually need you for a number of reasons. But, you got that one rookie. We got a few that you look at that rookie and say, well, we can save some money with that rookie. Go get rid of this vet. Tell him he'll understand. This is football. You see anything? I got some names I saw listed with some reasoning behind it. Made me think, damn, Kwaski? They do have, what's his name, come in now, and all of a sudden, that dude is a bad man, Jefferson. So maybe if Kwaski comes in with that lingering toe injury, they may consider that. And then you got Laken Tomlinson. If Aaron Banks is all what he's hyped up to be, like every rookie that comes in the first 2 rounds, if he's as good as that, now you can afford to lose Laken. And him and Brunskill can handle the 2 offensive guard spots. And then the dream team. One of Sermon is just, you should pre-season that boy's just running all over the place. They go, oh, hell no. I tell you what, he's got to start. You know, so and I don't know how durable he is, his injury history, anything like that. But we got a lot of running backs. Emilio, what are you thinking?
I know that I think Sherman did have that one injury. I
Does
think he did back in college. Something. I think he had one type of injury. I think so. I'm not sure. But no, I mean as far. I mean, yeah, I think those two. I don't. I think the only one maybe might not be the one that might have a job on the line is Raheem. I think the other two, Jaquaski, Tartan, like it's in the. I think they might, because just because to try to save some money, and we got rookies, and just Raheem is who he is. So, and we know what he can do most likely, and besides him having those couple of injuries he's had a couple of years, yeah. I think, Jaquaski Tartan is mostly one of the main ones. I think if he doesn't step up, his job is on the line. For sure, you can tell with that one.
Yeah, and he probably knows he has to show up for camp this year. That turf toe cannot still be killing him. Remember, we lost Willis because of turf toe. I don't know. They must have varying degrees of that. I've never experienced that kind of pain. I have no idea what that's like. But it must be, completely debilitating. You can't run. You can't do nothing without that toe.
You got you have a really it's your big toe, which is funny. It's just your toe is really sore, and you can plant it, but every time you run or walk out, it's just sore and it hurts. So it's just like having a really bruised finger. It's not broken, it's just really bruised, and you put so much pressure on it. Like when you're running and stuff, it's hard to walk on.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, we still have artificial surfaces here and there throughout the NFL. I'll never forget the Jets for what they did to us last year. The Jets is to blame for what happened last year. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, for some of those games that the Jets and the Giants.
Yeah, right.
Playing those damn games.
Gotta be
out. That horrible turf and all that could come out there. Oh, that turf is fine.
It's a new surface. It's got to be broken in. Why us? You guys could have brought somebody else in to do this. Just get a bunch of people, pay them to run around on the field for a few hours instead of putting players at risk.
You think about it. It's that when Levi's had their stadium, everybody was complaining about Levi's their first year.
Grass wouldn't stay down.
The stadium is grass, the grass. So it usually happens when you build a new stadium. Usually that grass is bad. So that's not nothing new. Like I said, we experienced it. And everybody was complaining about our turf when Levi's was freshly open. Somebody's bad, the potholes and
divots everywhere. Hey, do we have any injuries that
year? Yeah, divots, yeah. I think there was like maybe one or two. It wasn't us, but it was from other teams. I think there was injuries and guys kept falling over and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was like the hardballs match. I think there was a few like injuries from different teams.
I thought we did it on
purpose. Yeah, everybody was complaining. Somebody, they was like, that's one of. Yeah, they were all complaining about. That's the worst field we've ever played on.
I know Cam Newton doesn't like it. Remember they did the Super Bowl that year too, right? And Cam was out there getting his brains beat out.
Wasn't there Cam in it? And the whole thing they were trying to blame Beyonce because she had those high heels or whatever. I'm like, you guys are just finding every type of excuse possible to blame somebody else. I'm like, whatever.
But yeah, so Kwaski though, he's that toe's he's got to show for camp, or they'll use that for an excuse. And Lakin Thomason, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I think he's getting to the point where his time is up. I'm up and down with the guy. I like the guy, and then it's just like he hurt too much. So yeah, I think if he doesn't step up, it's his time to go. It's done. And he's kind of one of the last ones that what's his name? Who drafted him? What's his name? Trent Brown. So that's one of his last guys. So it's kind of those guys got to get out of here. We've had enough. We don't really want nothing to do with Trent Brown. So yeah, Kwaski, I think it's your time. You got to go, buddy. Hey, that's sad, but it is what it is.
Do you see any other guys besides Kwaski or Lakin Thomason or even Heem? Do you see anybody else on the roster that may have one of those like?
No, actually, not really. Because everybody that was on the roster actually is ones that should be starting this year. Besides ones that, most everybody, because everybody that we signed really has a starting spot. I don't see nowhere else where they would fit in. The ones they got rid of, we got rid of.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of. Sherman hasn't re-signed, so that's more space on the field, and some of the running backs we got rid of. So, but no, you think about it, the right receivers besides Kendrick Bourne. No, everybody usually has a spot. So
Emilio,
So now I don't really see anybody else.
here's one for you. Okay. And trust me, before anybody says, don't at me because I'm not support this in a little bit, but I'm thinking, if indeed, what if? But we didn't do it. If there's something like Kyle Pitts that shows up next year in the draft, and George Kittle, who's gotten hurt every year for extended periods as well. What if, because, everybody spots out Jimmy, get rid of his ass, he gets hurt. So I figured that may start to shake down throughout the roster. We're talking about Kwaski T throughout of 4 seasons. He's missed a lot of time. If indeed there's a horse, a stud, just a superhero in the draft, and George takes out 8, 9 games again this year, do you think the 49ers consider?
No, we've had this discussion on here before. Everybody was ragging on Jimmy, and I was one of us that brought up Kittle. I'm like, what about Kittle? I'm like, Kittle's gotten hurt every year. I mean, you also got to think about when we had Gore. What did Gore do? Gore, yeah, he got 1,000 yards, but he was hurt every year.
Yeah.
So it's not like it just. I notice what people complain is if you're able to put up numbers. The one person that needs to be on the field besides the center at all times is the quarterback. Everybody else is just, you get hurt, you miss 2-3 games, come back on the field. I see why nobody really took off a Kittle. Because, the numbers he puts up, and he's valuable. He can miss 3-4 weeks because we got a couple of replacements for a couple games, and then we're good to go. It's just with Jimmy, we need Jimmy on the field. That's why a lot of people complain. That's just the 2 positions that are on the field at all times, or should be on the field at all times, are the center and the quarterback. Those are the only 2 that need to be on the field for the most of the part on the field. If those 2 are not on the field, you have really
issues.
Your offense
and it used to be your edge rusher. Yeah. Although Nick, and I was last year when I was fighting with everybody about Jimmy. So you know what? What if Nick Bosa gets hurt next year? Is it time to get rid of him too? So I always had this thing about.
You can pick and choose players like that, but I mean, you think about it. Let's say Bosa does get hurt again. We kind of somewhat have somebody to replace him. It's just you looked at it. Let's just say, like I said, we had. Oh my God, I forgot the 2 names. Nick Mullins and Breida. We had those 2. I mean, it just didn't help anything. Nothing was producing. At least with Kittle, when he went out, we still had Jordan Reed. So it's kind of like, it didn't fade out too much. We still had a tight end. So it's just certain positions when certain players get hurt and you don't have somebody to back it up, then we all complain and this guy's horrible, this guy sucks. Well, I get it, but it's NFL, people. They all get hurt. Doesn't matter what position you play. They all get hurt. And some injuries just linger longer than others.
Yeah, if it's a knee, shoulders, and remember George played with a torn labrum.
He's still playing with it. He said he's not gonna. He said he's not gonna.
Get what till he retires?
Get that, operated. He's not gonna get the surgery until he's done playing. So he might. Knowing him, he might get injured again this year. He already came out and said, "I'm not getting no surgery until I'm done playing." So.
God. That could be a long time. I don't know how he can stand it.
Exactly.
From what I understand about that injury, that is really uncomfortable. George is tough.
I guess he's used to it. I guess he sucks it up. Maybe he takes a couple Tylenols or Advil or something and then says, let's go. Or but
juice it up.
Some people can play with injuries. Some people can't. Yeah, some people can. Some people can't. It depends on the person.
Tell you, some of those guys in the NBA ought to take a page out of George's book. Mila, we got to go, fam. Good stuff. Tell you what,
but I was just gonna say, just with Willis, he was playing with it too, with his turf toe issue. He was playing with it, and then finally he just said, "You know what, I'm done. I can't. It hurts." So, like I said, certain players are tough enough. Some people tough it out, and people just say, "You know what, I'm done.
I'm done. Can't be me." Then it's time for me to say bye. All right, hey, Emilio.
Bye.
See you Friday, fam.
All right, I'll holler at you, man. You have a good night.
Looking forward. All right, night, Emilio.
Night.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, man, injuries, man. And football is like, injuries are like serious. George, I didn't know. I forgot. He's still running around with that torn labrum. He won't even get it repaired. Yeah, how do you lift? Remember last year, didn't he bench like 400? He joined the 400 club, right? On a torn labrum. Eric Meiser. Eric, I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks, fam. He says, good to see you again, Ronbo. I'll buy the throwback with a patch of Lance because it'll always be remembered that we drafted him during the 75th anniversary. Hey, we can get a throwback of any player, all of them, because usually they make a limited amount and then they expand on it later. So yeah, all right, Good call, Eric. Thanks, man. And Ellis time. Ellis. Ellis. This is kind of early for us.
Ronbo.
No, that's not too early, fellas, because like normally we're a little earlier, and you're still having dinner and getting the kids situated. Ellis, you must be open and free, man. What's up?
Oh man, no. You know what, Ronbo? I did dinner, and I'm here at the park right now. I'm on the swing. I'm pushing my daughter on the swing.
Look at him, boy.
So you're multitasking, man.
Ellis,
We're
man,
multitasking around this thing.
you need to do a video of this is how to be the dad and still stay involved with football and everything else you like to do. Just incorporate it. You got to multitask like Ellis.
Yeah. You call it organized chaos. You know what I mean? That's what I like to call it.
See, Ellis, what would have been a real challenge for you though? Myself, Kenny, Keith, and Reggie, we was like the gunslingers of the whole block between the ages of like 8, 13, right? We used to have the house rocking. People used to come over just to see how my moms and especially moms, because pops gave it up, but moms be trying to deal and referee with it, man. It was hilarious, man. You could just see the roof just jumping, man. And we was in there like we invented the WWE before it was even like popular.
Oh yeah, man, are you kidding me? We used to fill socks up. We used to fill socks up with heavy stuff in the house and flip the couches and do some some octagon like stuff. Like we'd be it'd be like a assault. You know what I mean? We'd be trying to throw at each other. You know what I mean? Doing like darts. Combat. You know what I mean? To make fun though. Obviously, they have a great time.
And hear the crashing and breaking all across the house. And my mom coming from back here, what is wrong with you? Bleep chilling. Mom used to call us the N-word. And Mom, you can't call us that.
Yeah. Hey, we thankfully, man, we waited till the parents was gone. At least my aunts and stuff, me and my cousins, when we get together, man, we tear stuff up. We waited at least till everybody was gone.
You was good kids there, because we didn't have no respect.
Yeah, we just try to get rid of stuff. If something broke, we try to get rid of it, man. Hopefully nobody recognizes it.
Questions would come up later, though. And you sit there and act like you don't know what they're talking about. I loved it.
Huh? But yes, sir, brother Ronbo. How are we? What we looking like tonight?
Hey, talking about like the surprise, shocking cuts. Do you see any coming up? And there's some names that have been mentioned by some analysts I thought were pretty amazing. You know what? That, as much as that makes sense, no, I don't want to see Kwaski go. No, I don't like Lincoln Tomlinson leaving. I don't care who we just picked up. These guys have got too much time in the system. They can play fast. They don't need to think. They just move. I need that. That's what usually championship teams are made up from. And then put him on the list. It's, oh my Lord. And then his explanation was solid. Though. I was like, oh man, no, gotta have him. Because I like that home run hitter he is. Because you got guys who hit singles and doubles and triples, but him can go yard. Own you in a heartbeat. I love that. So, yeah, I'm just got a little torn on that. So, But what are you thinking? Between LT, QT, and Heem, is there anybody I'm leaving out? You can sort of, your feeling on those guys, because as I said, with LT, if Aaron Banks and also Brunskill look like you can't make either one of them sit down, they may say, we ain't making either one of them sit down. We're going to have Lakin say goodbye and keep them both out on the field the same way. Jay mentioned something a minute ago that made a lot of sense, too, though, to counter that. I need all the offensive linemen with skills I can get. Lakin is not available to be cut. So, But what are you thinking? If he goes one now, remind me of Keith.
Yo, what's up? Ronbo!
Hey, who is that?
Oh my God, Ronbo!
Hey!
Nice to talk to you, bro.
I'm on the phone with Ronbo. Y'all cut it out.
Yo.
What's up, little bro? I love badness.
Who that was?
Who was it? Alice, I thought that was coming from your family.
Oh, yeah. No,
somebody broke in on the line.
Who that was. Somebody was in there getting their little few seconds real quick, man.
Production got him. Well, let's go ahead, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
Give me some.
Man, I know there's been a couple of times I was talking about where Lakin, he doesn't get exposed much, but he has kind of fallen short a few times, some big times too, kind of like Mike. It just doesn't get highlighted that much. But
it's true.
Go ahead.
No, in fact, I just realized
but
you hear about Mike every week, but you don't hear about Lakin.
Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, it's not right. But it just depends on what the ticket is looking like. But that continuity, that consistency that he has had though for the most part, and I think with Trent coming, it's made Lakin play a bit better. You know what I'm saying? And the relationship has allowed him to build, just builds confidence, and it builds, just an overall better unit and guys being able to work together. So I like Lakin, if we can't get anybody that's as solid as him, that's younger, then I would keep him. I wouldn't try to just, throw in anybody, unless he wants to move Brunskill over there, since he's the utility guy on the line.
Who do you use for the utility guy, though, beyond Brunskill? McKivitz, some of those other guys? I wonder about that. Brunskill is a lucky piece. You need a fallback guy.
Yeah, we need another guy in case Brunskill goes down, because he does, so many different things, man, and, he's very important. So, we got to get somebody to secure him. So that's why I would say, maybe Lakin, because that would leave us with more problems that we wouldn't need. If Lakin was gone, and then, we got Brunskill filling in, or we got, we just got guys that we need, key guys that we won't have available to us anymore, and we don't need to have those kind of problems. We've had that enough as it is.
Oh,
so,
God, yes, more than shit.
But and the running backs, I don't see anybody not making a team that's already been there. I mean, it's pretty much shoe in for a lot of these guys. Maybe some of the new guys that got picked up, assigned in the off season. The camp bodies, obviously, and some of these guys. But because we get a few more spots, there'll be some lucky candidates that are able to get. I wonder who's going to get the extra spot. The extra. Was it how many extras this year is it? I know it's 55. Is it only 2?
You know what? No, my understanding is those are reserved for linemen. I believe offensive linemen.
Linemen only.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. So no, and we need those. So that's good.
There's a way to manipulate that system.
Only offensive linemen in, huh?
Yeah, well, they can manipulate that system. You can put those offensive linemen in the game day group and still add 2 more guys and make it look like they'll never be able to tell who's the extra guys. I know how to work that myself.
Man. My bad, Ronbo. What'd you say?
No, I just said if they try to call it on you, could say, you guys said 55. I got the extra lineman there. Well, you got how many running backs you got? That's not kind of unusual. No, that's just the way we run our team. Yeah. You can argue, so.
Oh, yeah. But Jeff Wilson won't be here until later on. So, I mean, I know we're counting him, but we don't really have to count him right now until, November, possibly December.
He'll probably go on the PUP. You know what? I don't think they're going to put him on the IR. If they put him on the IR, I think that's season ending. You put him on the PUP, and then when that time comes, if he's somehow available, you activate him. I'm guessing on that.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to play around and somebody try to pick him up or something. Seattle.
Yeah, and they will too. I think you have until week 8 on the PUP, and you got to make a decision.
Okay.
I think that's 2 months.
Okay.
You know what? Wilson is definitely going to be on the PUP because he needed 3 to 4 months. He's already put a month in. Yeah, 8 weeks into the season. That's September. That was exactly week 8, actually.
Yeah. So that's good timing. I think that's probably why he got it done. As soon as he did, and that's good. So that'll give us some potential. That'll be really good just for us, a value piece coming back. In our run game, and hopefully we're not, having any issues at the running back position by the time he comes. But it will be perfect timing for him.
Yeah,
but I saw Tomlinson Terry, Ronbo, that receiver I was telling you about from Florida State.
Yeah.
He did the Seahawks, that draft pick. They didn't end up signing him, so he got waived. So he's available right now. Tomlinson Terry from Florida
I was
State
wondering-
University.
They
It was
waived
that
him.
Scary Terry guy that a few of the guys and myself have spoken about.
Yeah,
But he's
the camp
available
hasn't
right
even-
now. He just got waived today. Or
I
something.
wonder why. Camp hadn't even started yet. Attitude.
Well, yeah, well, and that's why I was thinking that might not be a good idea. But we'll have to look into the story and see why he didn't, get signed. They may not have had Seattle may not have had no money, man. No, I'm just playing.
And after they told him that, can we pay you
They over there.
with food stamps or something? Okay.
They over there.
Y'all
They over there
playing,
looking like Los Angeles. Los Angeles over there, you know. But
That I've never.
yeah, man, shout out. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm just saying it's early to be cutting a draft pick. That's unheard of.
Yeah, no, well, it could be something injury related, so I don't want to get too excited because hell, I don't want him if he's got an injury problem. But if it's a different type of problem, then we can get it, because
He's got good. He's got speed. Lots of it.
Yeah, he's like a young AJ Green, man. He's real impressive, young guy. So that was a big piece for them. And then they got this other receiver, Trent Brown, too. That was a little steal, on top of the little guys that got Estridge and stuff. So I'm glad that at least they didn't have that extra added weapon to their team because them boys would be a problem, if they on the field
Pete
together.
Carroll, he gets them together
Just
somehow,
keeping it
no
real.
matter what. I still haven't heard anything about Adams. Jamal Adams. I'm dying to see because everybody says, "Oh, Jamal's not. Man, he ain't serious, man. He wants to play be a Seahawk." Okay, well, let's wait and see what happens when it's time to get paid.
He wants some money.
You BS him all the way up until the day September.
wants
You
some
got
money.
another thing coming.
Yeah, they're gonna have some problems. They're gonna have some problems for sure. I think Tyreek Hill wasn't willing to take a pay cut over there at Kansas City like the year before last. He says, I don't do that. You know what I mean? When I signed my contract is what it is, and I just don't do that. Me and my family and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. So the Chiefs ain't he's not taking no shorts over there in KC.
Right.
So he wants the money too.
Talking about I'm living off a budget as it is. Budget. On how many million?
It's only right.
Budget. What?
Exactly.
Hey, Alice. Always fun, man. Hey, I tell you what, I'll see you Friday. All right?
Yes, sir, brother Ronbo.
All right, man.
I appreciate you.
Man.
Thank you. Thank you for the platform. Shout out to production. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, man. And all right, y'all.
Thanks,
Bye.
Alice.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye, Ronbo. Bye, Ronbo.
Bye.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
I love it.
What?
They sound
Bye,
adorable.
Ronbo.
That's the fam. That's my squad, man. We out of here, fam. I
They
appreciate
sound
you.
like a lot of fun.
Much love.
All right, man. Have a good night,
All right.
Alice.
Respect. Later.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say.
Yo, what's
Check
up,
it out.
Ronbo?
Alice raising them right. Hey. Hey, Steven.
How you doing? Yo,
Hey,
what's up,
hey,
Ronbo? Long
hey,
time
Steven.
no talk, man. How you been?
Yeah, I know, man. It's been a void. How you been doing? I've been doing great. Just waiting for these summer
I've been doing
days.
good, Ronbo. I think I'm doing a little bit better ever since I've seen our throwback jerseys of the red with the black and white shadows.
Oh, they're cool,
Ooh.
ain't they? That is cool. I just keep thinking,
Yeah.
there's not a lot you can do with the throwback now. But the 49ers, they keep trying, though. They keep coming up with ideas, so it's cool.
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing the Jeff Garcia era, era jerseys. I wouldn't mind seeing that come back, especially
That's my
because
fave.
Trey
That is
Lance
my
is going to possibly be starting next year, so.
That is my fave jersey, though. That the Jeff Garcia. There's something about that painted on. People say, "Man, no, it's got to be stitched, or it ain't cool." I know, but I still love that 3D effect. It's just coming out. It's just
It is.
that's awesome. But
It's nice. It's sleek. It's very simple, and it just flows nice, especially with the color of the red they have. Beats out the black and red jersey every day. I'll tell you that.
yeah, now with the helmets, you know what? I'd love to see the Michael Glitchy helmet out there. Bring back the throwback helmets too.
Yeah.
As long, but you know what? The technological advances of the helmet is to protect the head, right? The interior still needs to be up to date, but the exterior can look like back when men were men, and girls loved it. I was trying to figure a way to
That's very true.
finish that up. Hey, but Steven,
Man,
look at the surprise
the
cut.
sacrifices.
Yeah.
The sacrifices. I knew I saw that coming. I saw that topic coming because I was like, man, It's going to be tough, but I'm going to be honest with you. One of the sacrifices I see happening, and you're going to hate hearing this because I did side with you for a long time, but
he's on top of everybody's list except for a few of us. So yeah, Jimmy, no surprise.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why, Ronbo. It's not so much of like a lack of skill. It's more or less like, look at what Trey's doing with the team, and look at what Jimmy has done with the team off-season wise. Trey Lance is always with the team. He's like building with Mohamed Sanu, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, River Craycraft. You know, he's working out with all these players on his off time. Where's Jimmy? Why isn't Jimmy, communicating with his team? Granted, there was that moment where he did work out with George Kittle. I think at George Kittle's gym somewhere out there, and I think in the Midwest. But when in terms of actually like running plays and like trying to get better at, honing his craft, he's not there. He just kind of disappears.
Stephen, one thing I want to
George Kittle has even hinted it. Jimmy's a very he's a recluse. Like he's a very much like a recluse kind of person, very close person, which is cool. I'm not knocking him for it, but it looks bad when it comes to, competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this year is the first year we've seen this though with Jimmy. Normally he's been doing this every year. So this is like something else going on. You know what I realized about that though? I'm thinking Jimmy's not going to get into a headline competition with the. I mean, Lance is being hyped like I've never seen any rookie get hyped before.
I know.
So the thing is, I think Jimmy said, you know what? I think I'll just stay out of this and get ready for camp. I mean, George knows me, all the guys on the team. We know each other. We got each other down. We can work out during camp and get it done. Let him have the spotlight for now. I'm cool. I think he's taking that cool position just because why get into a media frenzy going back and forth? Well, Jimmy worked out today with blah, blah, blah. And Trey worked out with blah, blah, blah. And there's Jimmy. I think Jimmy said, I'm not a rookie. I've been here for a while. I don't need to get into this with Trey. Because a lot of people are moaning and groaning about that. That's the way I see it, though. Why should Jimmy get into this kind of a going back and forth between him and Trey? But it could be different.
It could be different. That's what I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping it could be different where, I'm hoping actually, no, I take that back. I'm hoping it's something along the lines of how you said it. He just doesn't want to get involved in that because why would he? He does have the quickest release time. Trey Lance, that's exactly what Trey Lance is working on, throwing to his right and his quick release time. That's one thing he's doing. Now, granted, we haven't seen him in practice because Kyle Shanahan, canceled out practice. We're just going to jump straight into preseason again for some reason, which I think is really dumb. Preseason is still 11 on 11, full pads, full contact, but not with your starters. Now, if I were him, I would definitely kickstart mandatory practice. Don't go as crazy and as explosive as he should because, wear and tear on explosive exercises happens and you can get a lot of soft tissues, injuries, just like, the Achilles tendon for severus more, or your meniscus getting torn, just like how Jeff Wilson Jr. had. So it's stuff like that. But, outside of that cap casualty, who I also see getting cut too, eventually?
Who's that?
Oh, boy. Mostert. I do see him getting cut because granted, he's good when we need him, Rumble. He's good when we need him, but he's definitely far away from what we actually need him to be, which is our RB1. He is no Frank Gore. Jared McKinnon showed promise, but he said, screw the Niners, I'm out. Who else? Matt Breida said the same thing. Matt Breida was RB1 for a cool minute, and then he got hurt too many times, and he said, screw it, I'm out. It's Mostert is good as a backup running back. Granted, we have an entire full room full of running backs right now. I could walk in and be like, you guys are all running backs. You just pick one. But, with the 53-man roster, that kind of gets cut short. So we get to see who gets to stay and who doesn't. Obviously, Jeff Wilson is going to – actually, no.
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
We got him.
Jeff Wilson would have been – and I think it would have been Mostert. And you know what? Here's the thing, Stephen. Who was going to start between Wilson and Mostert? And who would you have started?
I'll be real with you. I probably would have started Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
Honestly, Jeff Wilson. Because Mostert, Mostert just can't seem to find the hole. Like, it's embarrassing to say that, but he's the kind of guy who runs straight into bodies and doesn't try to find a way out.
With Mostert, though, I don't want to use him. I'd be using him sparingly because I don't want him to take too much contact. And I know if they make a mistake, that he's gonna hit it out of here. So
yeah, he's off punish.
Yeah, and Wilson's gonna hurt people. He's physical. For a guy his size, he is really physical. So I would just let him just go and pound himself. That's why they tried to use Coleman the same way. But Coleman was the guy you're talking about as well. All of a sudden, TC couldn't find gaps. And I think, what? When he first came, he was better. What's going on with TC?
Yeah, so TC was always like the odd man out. In my opinion, he was always and always will be the odd man out. Granted, wherever he went, I can't remember where he went, but I hope the best for him.
Jets.
But that man definitely just, he just couldn't do it. It sucks to say that. But another cap casualty, though, Ronbo. It sucks. It sucks. I hate it. But, man, I'm going to have to say it's probably going to be River Craycraft as well.
That's not a cap casualty.
He's going to be a sacrifice. He's going to be a sacrifice is what I meant to say.
No, he's not. He's going to have trouble making the team to begin with. I thought you were getting ready to mention a big name. I'm talking about shocking cuts. No, River has to work hard to make this team. He's got a mountain to climb, actually, especially if you look at guys like Jalen Hurts healthy. You can, Steven, we can count the wide receivers right now. See, go ahead and count them.
Yeah.
Okay, Ayuk and Debo got the first two spots. If Jalen Hurts is ready to play, he's most likely going to get that third spot. Who's the fourth guy? Maybe Javon Jennings? I mean, after that,
maybe Javon Jennings,
River didn't show up for a little while. Yeah. And the guy that got
forget Trent Sherfield as well.
Sherfield, I was getting ready to mention the guy from Arizona.
Yeah. And then what else? Travis Benjamin, I think. So he's got quite the mountain to climb.
And Richie James is involved. And the thing is, I don't know if Travis Benjamin may be a better return man. And because I don't want Ayuk returning kicks. I do not want this, but they're going to do it. I got a feeling they're going to do it.
Yeah, they're probably going to. I have a good feeling they're going to do it. Because and here's the thing, that's not including if Jalen Hurd isn't going to be healthy or not. Because honestly, if Jalen Hurd is healthy, I see them starting him to do the punt returns and kick returns. So that's something that I see right then and there. If Jalen Hurts healthy, he's automatically going to kick return just to kind of get himself back into the momentum and swing of things. Because he's been out for a cool minute.
I know, but I don't know if I'm getting ready on the kick return, though. I don't like guys coming down the field at 100 miles an hour.
But it's better than having a linebacker come at you 100 miles an hour from the pocket, right?
No, Jalen Hurts picking up the linebacker needs to be worried about himself. See, this is the thing. Jalen Hurts going to get joint issues, I guess. Knees has been a thing with him. This is about the third time I think he's had a knee injury. I'm not sure, but I know he sustained one when he came to us. He had a knee injury.
Yeah, so it's going to say, let's go ahead and remove Jalen Hurts from the conversation then, because that's his third injury, and we're looking at a high-octane offense like how we've all been imagining it, how Mike McDaniel's been saying it, and how D'Amico Ryan's been saying it. We're going to be a fast-paced team, a better team, a stronger team. We're going to go ahead and take out Jalen Hurts. So I could go ahead and see you straight up. Let's go ahead and throw in Javon Jennings in. So Javon Jennings will start before Jalen Hurts. So the room is going to be Debo, Ayuk, Javon Jennings.
All right.
Let's go from there, and then whoever is number 4,
right now.
say for instance.
And don't forget, you've also got the veteran in there. I don't know if they're going to take him seriously, but Mohamed Sanu and Jennings have been the best things in camp so far. Even though it's been abbreviated, we haven't seen much. So there's no way to really draw from completely. But Jennings has been hot in camp so far, as well as Mohamed Sanu. So right now, if you're going to pick your starters today, you'd start this Sunday? You would start Debo and Ayuk, of course, and Jennings and Sanu.
Sanu, yeah. Sanu. And let's say, for instance, Javon Jennings or Sanu gets hurt, we always have, out of one of them, I'm only saying only one because I don't want to say two. That's the worst case scenario. We can always use Sherfield because apparently Sherfield is actually pretty decent in practice as well. So
and he's good for special teams too. That's another thing he does really well too. So yeah, he's on the team. I don't see him getting cut either. But Rich, you said you said Craycraft. I said Rivers got
I
his
know.
work cut out for him. We'll see though, because I
One
like
thing.
him.
I wanted to talk about one last thing before I dip out. It's off topic. It has to do with the Raiders. What's his name?
Real quick, because
I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I do want to mention this. I do want to mention this because I see a lot of the NFL divided about this. A lot of the fan base. I just want to tell everyone out there. It's not an issue. It's never been an issue. It's something that seems to continually keep being brought up, and people hate on it a lot. That's not cool.
Steve, what is it?
The last time it happened to the Niners, and it happened to Jeff Garcia, and Jeff Garcia was not gay. That's the thing, and it ruined his career, and it also blackballed Terrell Owens. I just want everyone out there, let it go. Let it go. Just move on.
But you know what? The world has evolved since Jeff Garcia. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to be an issue, and especially when it's been made public in the fashion the way it does. It's always in the presentation of anything that's brought to the public. The world has changed a lot since the 90s, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, so I wish more power to him, man. I hope he does good. I'm all for it. You do your thing, man. Do your thing.
It's all about the
get
game.
your money.
Yeah. All right.
And get strong.
All right, Steven.
Outside of that, Ronbo, you guys have a great night.
You too, Steven. All right, fam.
All right.
Night.
See you Friday.
Night. Looking forward. All right. There's Steven. All right. Hey, Robert.
Ronbo.
Yo, Robert.
I caught you this time. I'm on break this time.
All right. Yeah. It's quiet. Robert, come on in, man. Yeah, man. We're sitting here, man. We're going over them shocking cuts that come out of nowhere, and everybody was saying, "What?" Having them what?
Right.
But, hey, did we have a what moment last year? We didn't have a cut that nobody didn't see coming, did we?
No. And I don't think we really have one this year.
We don't.
I really wasn't gonna call. I was just gonna sit and listen. But first of all, I'm gonna say all due respect to the caller before, but I have to disagree with a couple things he said, and I have to commend you too, because I know you do a real good job of masking what you really be thinking.
Come on, Robert. I'm always honest.
Listen, Raheem was never a bell cow back. He's not built to be a bell cow back. That's not what he's a change of pace guy.
Yes,
he's not
alternate. Change of pace, yep.
So let's get that understood. He won't be a casualty for the understanding of knowing his role. I say 15 touches a game and get the ball out of his hand to preserve his career. You got to realize he's played for 7 different teams, and that's for a reason.
Yeah.
But now my casualties, probably the only one that I really don't see one, but the one that I do kind of see close would be Richie James. He could possibly be that odd man now. He has potential to be a baller if he gets his opportunities. But I kind of see a couple guys in front of him.
Richie, Robert, honestly, last year I had Richie the odd man out. Richie has survived 2 years when I thought there was going to be no place for him. The dude is a survivor. I wonder if he makes a team this year, because if Jalen Hurts is healthy and Richie James still makes his team with Travis Benjamin there also.
Right.
That dude they got from Arizona. If Richie makes a team this year, he needs to get an award for a man who can endure. You can't keep him down.
So if there's no way Jalen Hurts is returning any punts, any kickoffs. That's not happening.
No.
The man broke his back. Stop it.
Steven, I love you, man, but I thought that was a little crazy, too. I can't have Jalen. You heard me. I said, whoa. We ain't put Jalen Hurts back in the kickoff. No.
No.
He's too big anyway.
You think a linebacker? You think a linebacker's moving as fast from 5 to 7 yards, 7 to 8 yards, 7 to
As
10
a
yards out versus
gunner coming down the field 100 miles an hour?
45.
No. God, no.
No.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah.
But I do see him being healthy and making the team, and I kind of see him, Jawan, and Muhammad. I think that'll do it. Plus Debo and Brandon. I think we'll be all right.
And Robert, you know how much Ayuk likes Sanu? They need to probably keep Sanu. Sanu's carrying his weight. Just keep Sanu because Ayuk loves him some Sanu. They need to keep him, especially if he's doing a good job.
Did he opt out? What happened with him last year again?
I don't know. I think it was the thing where Muhammad, man, we're going to keep Kendrick Bourne in that position, so we're probably going to.
I think it was Kendrick Bourne and Richie.
Yeah.
Kendrick and okay, yeah.
So it was
Kendrick's not here.
Yeah. So that makes it easy for another guy to step in, and they're looking for a replacement for him anyway. Javon Jennings has been showing out in camp. Sanu's been the highlight in camp as well. Granted, they were the only guys. I don't know what Richie was doing. Richie's probably hurt again. He starts off the season hurt again this year like he did last year. And Jalen Hurd, they're probably being careful with. So.
Yeah, Richie's going through the motions. Now, I just don't really see any casualties right now with our team. We, all our most important pieces are signed through this year on one-year deals. On our defensive side, on the defensive side of the ball, I don't really see one. I think we're under the cap where we need to be. Of course, we as fans we want a better number 3 receiver, a proven receiver, but we got a lot of receivers. Somebody got to be able to get the job done.
Robert, you know how every year one receiver has been, the reason why Kendrick Bourne became famous, remember in the beginning, he filled in, what was the guy's name that Kyle brought with him over to us from the Redskins? The tough guy. Anyway, he went down to injury, and Kendrick came in for him. And last year we just ran out of receivers. 2019 we just finally ran out of receivers, and Kendrick got moved in until we went and got Emmanuel Sanders, and then we had 3. But wide receiver room has always been an issue since Shanahan's been in San Francisco. Now, I think we've got 2 legit starters for sure, and Debo and Ayuk. And Jennings is showing out, so maybe it's him, So.
I mean, we got a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball, so, I mean, how much do you need from a number 3 receiver?
Not much. You're right. Just be able to fill in if somebody goes down, because you got George Kittle's going to take off a lot of the duties as well. So, yeah.
Right, and I think
Thanks,
Muhammad,
Chad. Garcon.
I think he can fill that role, because he's not the number 1 nor number 2. Even being the number 3 still makes you the 4th option. With Trey in, you probably be the 5th option. He may pull it down. So I mean, if you can block, that's what we need. If you can block and you're willing to put your hands on somebody, then.
Yeah. No, I forgot. You're right. You got to block if you're going to work with Kyle Shanahan. I think that's where Richie falls down the most. Richie's a little lightweight to be out there really moving bodies around, right?
Right.
I think that's what the problem with Richie is.
Samuel wasn't no big guy either, but he had effort. So,
who?
Sanders. Man,
he
wasn't a big guy, but there was a lot of effort on his part.
Yeah, and probably taught him technique to leverage and stuff like that. But you're right. Sanders was no big dude, but he blocked. But as soon as the Saints said, "Well, we ain't gonna have you over here blocking. All you gotta do is catch the ball." Yeah, I'm ready to come on over now.
Right.
Come on, right. E man, come. Where you going? So
So, but I think we'll be all right. I think we're gonna be
should
just
be
fine.
But Robert,
No need to.
yeah, I don't see
No
anybody.
need
I
to worry.
really don't see any shocking cuts. I can't imagine that. Not at this point. All right, fam. We were talking about
All right,
Pierre
fam.
Garçon too. By the way, it was Garçon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If I don't hear from you before Independence Day, you have a
That's right.
happy Independence Day.
4th is
Niner
coming.
Nation, everybody, y'all out there be safe.
You too, fam.
All
You too,
right.
fam. Hey, there he is. All right, Robert. Be looking for you. I'll be looking for you Friday though.
Okay, most definitely.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Do I mask my feelings? I love the way he done it. I usually lay it right out there. Hey, Clarence.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Clarence, man, we're just looking around here and shining the spotlight down through that roster, man. Who's going to be that shocking cut? But actually, there's a few names. You know, Jimmy, of course, is on that list for a lot of people. Also, you got Kloski T with some reasoning behind that, and also Lakin Tomlinson. And the one that really bothers me is also him. I like him for the role he plays on this team. He's that guy who can get hot, and nothing can stop him, right? So, you know, but then again, if Trey Sermon looks like he did against Ohio State against Northwestern, you know, you got to take that seriously. If he translates that game into the NFL, he could be the BC that we've been talking about for years that Kyle usually doesn't care about, so we thought. But if he can be a bell cow, everybody else can just be role players. We may have something special here, and they may think we're paying him too much money. I don't know. What are you thinking?
So that's actually good. That's actually a good idea. Like I said, if Trey Sermon is as good as advertised, and then you got Elijah Mitchell, who is lightning quick. You know, you got then per se, team could be quote unquote expendable, but I don't think that's going to happen. They're only paying him $3 million. It's not like they're paying him girly money or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
but these are just guys that make people think. You know, God, get rid of him? No.
Yeah. You know, but you know, you got to find a way to pay Warner, pay his extension. That was, you know, at this point, that's the number one concern money wise for the 49ers.
Because he's like he's the prize of the team. But yeah, hey, Clarence, here's the thing. Every year, we all, and even the media too, we all get involved in how people are going to get paid. And the 49ers eventually get it done. I always worry, are we putting too much energy into being concerned with how they're going to pay Fred Warner? I'm pretty sure they've already got it worked out. They just have to present the case. There's no way to tell Fred, listen, we may have to go into arbitration if you're not going to accept this deal.
No, that's not happening.
Or we're gonna franchise tag you. I don't. You know, everybody said get rid of Jimmy. We're not going to be able to sign any players this year. Well, Jimmy's still on the team. We signed everybody. Do this and this.
Right.
We got to sign. So I'm thinking they probably got this worked out already.
They probably do, but you know they gotta, you know, they still gotta have, you know, some money set aside for, you know, those emergency type things, which we had, you know, a lot last year.
Yeah, for later on in the season, somebody goes down. That's true.
And then as your wide receiver core, I heard you mention you're basically your 1,
Starters.
2, and 3, and I agree with you that you had Debo and IU, 1 or 2, whichever way you want to exchange that. And then I think Sanu is going to be that number 3, because you got to keep Sanu, because that's going to be that'll be Trey Lance's security blanket in case he has to come in for whatever reason.
That's true. You a veteran wide receiver, and I'm almost looking at Debo now as a veteran wide receiver as well. This is his 3rd year. The NFL, because what I was worried about with rookies is the NFL speed. That's a segue that they've got to come in and get used to, get comfortable, relax. The game is slowed down for Debo now. Nobody's out there doing things that are freaking him out. And Ayuk, You know what? You know what I like about Liu, Clarence? If last year he did what he did, he wasn't really used to the NFL set just yet. He looks good because
No.
he is good. This year, there's nothing about the NFL that's going to surprise him.
And he
You
knows
know?
the playbook better. So,
Yeah. So, yeah,
and then
then there's that.
the other thing I've heard. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I agree with you on that playbook thing. And now he knows the playbook and how to move in it a lot better as well. Because people think, yes, he knows the playbook. Rookies who know the playbook don't know anything more than what they read. Yeah, they know how to go through the motions, but you got to get out on the field and live it and have some guy coming at you at 100 miles an hour that's trying to hurt you. Now, do you still know the playbook? That's what I want to know. So we're going to see.
Right.
But Ayuk's not going through that now.
He's got some legs under him. Yep. And then the last thing I heard people mention about, what receivers might not make the grade. With everybody, worrying, not saying worrying, but thinking about, well, who's going to return, who's going to be our return guy.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Ambry Thomas, that rookie that we drafted from Michigan,
4-3.
he's a returner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a returner. So
I'm thinking
technically,
you're right. I think I put it back there now. Yeah.
you could take out. And Richie James, this is your last chance, buddy. You better figure it out.
Mr. Fair Catch. Richie,
There are people.
put your hand down. You got plenty of time to catch the ball and go.
I know. It's like, hey, come on, catch it.
Richie's
Catch it
making
and run.
business decisions. That's why remember when Steven just said, I'm going to put Jalen Hurd back. We started. Let's get him used to the NFL. Let's put him back there as a return man. What? Oh my God! No.
No. No.
Oh no!
No.
So
The boy's got a bad back. No.
So therefore, we're going to put those smaller guys who well coordinated. Richie James would be an ideal return man if he would just stop fair catching.
He's
There were some
scared.
fair catches Jimmy called.
I
Jimmy,
think he's scared.
I hate to believe that, but it looked like it at times. Hey, Richie, what the hell, man?
It's like the guy's like 5 yards away. Catch the ball.
I've
Come
seen him
on.
call fair catch earlier than that. Guys were just crossing the
like the first guy
midfield
missed.
stripe, and Richie's got his hand up. Richie, put your
I know. It's like, the ball's like, still like way up in the air.
I mean, it was on a
Dude,
downward
really?
descent. Richie,
Not
good
even
music.
not even on the descent. It was still going up in the air.
So Richie's gonna have to. He's gonna have to make some. Richie probably should just go ahead and tell him, Coach. You know what? I hope you don't make no judgments on me, but I don't want to. I don't feel like I need to be the punt return man. Maybe you should get your rookie to do that. Excuse me?
Yeah.
I'm just making a suggestion, Coach. I'm just saying. Richie,
You know,
telling me,
hey,
man, I don't like your attitude. You got an attitude
Lisa's
problem
honest
today.
with him.
Ah,
Sorry, it's like in a what do you call it? Remember the Titans,
yeah.
dude. I just can't keep up with this guy. I need you to do this. So, there you go. Same type of concept.
I know,
But I know you got a lot of callers tonight. And I appreciate you letting me in.
Clarence, it's always a pleasure, man. Appreciate you, man. I want to see you more often. Tell you what, we'll see. We'll be back Friday looking for you. Okay.
You got Friday going on too? All right,
Yeah.
bet. I will try my best. God
All right,
bless you,
looking
sir.
forward. Hey, appreciate it, fam. Thanks. Have a good night.
All right, bye. You too.
And there he is. And Tony, who mysteriously shows up a day after the man called Rudy has come in and made more rude remarks. But see, you know what thing I like about Tony? See, Tony rises above all that and takes a high road. I love it. Tony, your connection is a little distorted. Tony? Tony, you might have to move. You might have to change spots. This is not working. Tony, can you hear me? Tony may have flew into L.A. looking for Rudy. He's in the airport. Tony, change positions, Tony. I'm going to come back to you. Okay. Hey, Rick.
Ronbo.
Rick, hey, Rick. We're sitting there looking tonight at the potential shocking surprise cuts. Production. Let's save Big Show's wide receiver order. I like that. Rick, surprise, shocking cuts that you can't see coming. What do you think? Now, I mentioned some names earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught those or not. Jimmy, of course, is at the top of a lot of people's list. Also, you got Kwaski T. There's some reasons behind him. And also the Lakin Thomason and Raheem Mostert. These are guys I can't imagine doing any of them this year. But some writers have decided, this is what surrounds this particular player, and this one. So, but what are you thinking?
Oh man, I don't know, Ronbo. Do any of those writers have a cone head?
I bet Grant. Oh, hey, Rick, did you know? And it got cleared up for me yesterday.
That's fired. Huh?
On social media,
Sorry.
It got cleared up for me yesterday. I thought that I heard somebody say that Grant Cohn and his dad as well, they're not necessarily 49er fans. They just cover the 49ers. I didn't know. I thought I heard in a conversation that they did mention that. So when you hear Grant calling, he's being objective due to the fact that his affiliation with the team is not the same as that of your average 49er fan. But I thought he was. So he fools me like that.
That's the thing, Ronbo. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing that upsets me about Grant Cohn and all his little Conehead followers got decided to come on the Ronbo show and spit a little propaganda. The thing that bothers me is that, yeah, you can say you're objective, that you're not partial and that you're a reporter, but that doesn't pass the ear test or the smell test or the eye test or any other kind of test because they're very partial. Him and his pappy are very, very partial. Not impartial, but they're partial as far as talking crap about my and your 49er team. And that's because they want to have the best of both worlds. They want to seem objective, right? And they also want to make money off the brand. And that's the one thing that I can't respect. I can't respect people that trash my team and are affiliated with my team because they're San Fran all over their mouth all day, every day. It would be one thing if they were like an NFL kind of, this team this week, this team. No, but they stay with the 49ers, right? And they talk junk about my coach, my quarterback, and my players. And I don't appreciate that. All those shots they took at Jimmy G and Big Mike. Big Mike, I don't appreciate that because they're not 49er fans.
Right.
They're not. They're not family. No.
And there's a good point right there. If you're part of our family, we have a right to talk about them. But if you're not, then I have to look at like what's our guy over at Good Morning Football? Remember Nate was just working the Niners. Every time you turn on Good Morning Football, the only reason you would turn on to see what Nate was going to say bad about the Niners. Now, he never said anything bad about the Seahawks. Why? Because he played with the Hawks. And I says, you know what? I can appreciate this 1 degree, but you're in a position where you're supposed to be impartial. You're not supposed to sit there on an NFL network and lean toward the Hawks and bash the NFC West contenders, or the rest of the people in the NFC West. So, because you got no right.
You're right. Just like I was watching it, I think it was today or yesterday. I don't know. I'm kind of blurry. But you know, they want the LA Rams, the Lambs. They want them to do so good, but they're a trash ass team that ain't gonna never do nothing because they ain't about nothing. From the ownership all the way down to the third squad, they ain't gonna never do nothing. And that goes for every Lambs fan. We got their horns. We own them. They're Lambs. They're not Rams. We got their horns in our pockets, and they can't get them back until we say so. So that's what it is. Hey, but Ronbo, I know we got limited time. Today, June 30th, right?
Mm-hmm.
My birthday. My birthday, Ronbo.
Hey, what? Wait, your birthday's today?
Yeah.
Guess whose birthday's
Today.
tomorrow? Yeah, we're both cancer children. You know what I'm saying? My birthday's tomorrow. Your birthday's today.
Me and my wife, we're both cancers. Her birthday is June 26th, and I'm 4 days apart, June 30th.
See, you know what that means, don't you? I'm gonna have to go ahead, Rick, and break out in song. I haven't broke out in song in a long time.
Hold on, Ronbo. Hold on. If you don't mind, can I humbly ask for a special request for me, for your boy, for Rick?
Yeah.
A special request for me, Ronbo?
I'm listening. Yes.
Can you sing? Can you please sing? Mamas, don't let your babies grow to be cowgirls. For me, Ronbo, for my birthday. Because I'm living in Austin, Texas. Can you please? That will make my year, Ronbo. And I'll go ahead and get off the line.
I wish I
whenever.
knew. Go ahead.
Whenever. Yeah.
I tell you
Don't
what,
let
then.
your mamas grow up to be cowgirls. That's all I want, Ronbo.
You know what I'm going to do? All right, listen. You said whenever. I'm going to get the lyrics so I can do at least the whole first verse, okay? Because I only know the first few words.
Yeah.
And the only reason is because you mentioned the Cowboys.
Mamas, don't let your babies
grow
grow
up to be cowboys and
cowgirls.
doctors and lawyers and such. But I want to know the
Just
rest of it.
emphasize cowgirls, and everything after that's all good. It don't matter.
Hey, I'm
you know why?
add
They
something to it.
suck. They suck.
They what?
They suck. The cowgirls suck.
Oh, yeah, well, we know that. Yeah. You mentioned Rick's birthday today. We're going to make a note. Hey, Rick, okay, so should we do it today or should we let's just say, I want to look at those lyrics and really work it over. Can I see you on Friday?
Whatever, Ronbo.
Right.
Whenever.
And you can always listen no matter what. I will make a note of myself, no matter if you show up or not Friday, I will definitely do that.
I will be.
Because it'll be much
here
fun.
just for that reason.
Just
trash it, Ronbo. Please trash it. Stomp him.
It'll be my pleasure.
Stomp him into the ground for me.
I mean, you know what? It's something I do with all the joy in the world. I just seen Texas Boy go through here and say something I didn't appreciate. I almost warned him. I'll let it go because it's Texas Boy. But, God.
Hey, tell Texas Boy, wherever he's from, it don't matter because they suck. They're always going to suck. He can wear a Tony Romo shirt. He can wear a Prescott shirt. He can wear a Aikman shirt. They're going to always suck because they ain't about nothing, because they ain't nothing. They don't have no heart. They shouldn't even be from Texas.
And Jerry Jones does not have the wherewithal and good sense to know that he is not a general manager. He's way too emotional about what he does. Hire a GM where the Cowboys are always going to be...
No, go ahead. Don't tell them that. I want them to keep being trash.
Rick, all right, fam. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna make sure I don't make no mistake on Friday. I'll be ready for it too. All right, I'm gonna work on it starting tonight.
All right, fam. Hey, man, I'll catch you on Friday, Ronbo. Thanks for hearing me out.
Yeah, always a pleasure. All right, Rick.
Late.
Hey, and we got a big show up here. Hey, Tony, let's see if Tony's in a better place. Tony!
Go ahead. Don't tell him that.
Tony? Tony? Hey, Javon Jennings did that song? I've been confused. Maybe Willie did it once or twice just as a cover. I could have sworn I saw Willie do that on TV. All right. Anyway, I'll get the right one. Tony, I'm not getting a connection from you, Tony. Tony may have passed out. Could Tony be out? I don't know. Tony's not going to be audible tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, that's too bad. I always love talking to Tony. And Coach says, hey, Ronbo, that would be the immortal great Waylon Jennings who did that song. All right? Because I was going to go look for it, and I was going to get corrected on that most likely anyway. And there's Big Show with his wide receiver 1, Brandon Ayuk. 2 is going to be Deebo Samuel. Richie James is going to round out number 3. 4 is going to be Jalen Hurd. And 5 is going to be Javon Jennings. 6, Mohamed Sanu. And 7, Trent Sherfield. You know, a show, I got to respect that list. Kyle's going to want to keep Richie just because Richie's been with him so long. For one thing, he would have kept Kendrick had Kendrick not decided, Coach, I got to get paid. You know, he left. So, yeah. Coach also says they did it. Oh, hey, Clarence Molina. Oh, Coach also said did it originally together and performed it as well. Too. Oh, okay, you are right. They wrote it. Yeah, okay. I thought I saw Willie do that before. All right. Clarence Molina. Clarence, thanks, fair, for that contribution. He says, here's some coin for Ronbo to sing Mama Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowgirls. Make an old song. Praise the Lord. You know, 49er fans, we would probably be the biggest fans of that song on the planet, right? I mean, A-M-I, am I pronouncing that right? I mean? Hello.
Yeah, what's up, Ronbo?
Yeah. Am I pronouncing your name right when I said I mean? Am I right?
Yeah, you pronounced my name right.
Hey.
It's fine. It's all good.
Wait a minute. I remember you. Haven't I not seen you in a long time?
I've never called into your show. This is probably like my first time calling into your show.
You know, I just realized we had a guy that looked just like you years ago won a contest, and he would be older than you, but anyway. I mean, how old are you?
I'm 13.
There you go. All right. Wait a minute. I mean, aren't you the guy I'm going to be talking to next week?
I DM'd you. I did. That was me.
Fam, you got to love Amin. Amin, like, embarrassed me, right? He tweets me and says, in front of everybody, hey, Ronbo, I've DM'd you like a few times. Would you answer my DM? People came jumping on me like crazy. Ronbo, man, what are you going to do, man? It's just a kid. I said, you know what? I got family members. I don't answer DMs. I'm going to call him now. So I got a hold of Amin immediately. I mean, good work, man. You got me.
Hey, man, I was like, man, this man doesn't respond to my DMs. And I have like guys like Jesse Naylor and all those. And I'm like, bro, does Ronbo respond to his DMs? He's like, I'm like, I see you and Ronbo texting. And I'm like, does he respond to his DMs? Because I see him on Twitter all the time. And it's like right below. It's like right below the notification. And the DMs are
I mean, people hated on me that for the next 5 days. People still working me about that. Ronbo, man, you know, yeah, you don't have to answer my DMs, man. But come on, man. He's just a little kid. Come on. And somebody gave me and wrote me a whole dissertation. I said, okay. So, I mean, you and I, man, next week. All right, you got it. Whew, man. I mean, you must have something on your mind right now, though. What do you got? What's going on?
Well, it's not based off what you're talking about right now, but I heard you're a Jimmy Garoppolo fan. Why are you like a Jimmy Garoppolo fan?
Yeah. Was there a question? Why am I a Jimmy Garoppolo
Yeah, why are
fan?
you like a Jimmy Garoppolo? I know you're a Jimmy Garoppolo defender. I wonder why.
Well, you see, I could tell you. What I can tell you is this. You know, I mean, in 2017, we were like coming off of like, 2014 was our last year. We went 8-8. 2014 we went 8-8. 2015 I think we won 2. 2015 I think we won. One of those years I think we won 6. No, Thomason won 6. Okay, 2016 or 15, 6 games. We were down till every year. We were known as the butt cheeks of the NFL, right? And every team in the NFC was just clowning us. Chiefs, I mean, not Chiefs, but the Hawks would come in and beat us by just phoning it in. They didn't need to play, right? So all of a sudden, 2017 arrives, and I'm just getting tired of getting beat. I knew every week we were going to get beat, but I kept thinking, we're going to win this game. I know we're going to win this game. Suddenly, here comes this guy from the Patriots. I don't know anything about him other than the fact that he sits behind Tom Brady, right? His name is Jimmy Garoppolo. I says, oh, okay. Heard about him. I don't know how well he plays. We'll see. Comes in, C.J. Beathard gets hurt against the Hawks. We hadn't scored a touchdown with a wide receiver against the Hawks. It had been years, and I think it was double digits. Jimmy G comes in off the bench, orchestrates a drive, 10 or 15 yards outside, orchestrates a drive against the almighty Hawks. It was effortless. It was smooth. It was slick. He doesn't even know those receivers. In fact, he doesn't know anybody on the team. I understand he was tapping guys on the butt and calling them you. He came out there, and I saw something I really liked. I said, look at that. Who is this guy? 2017, and that week, and we scored a touchdown with a wide receiver for the first time. Week after that, somebody said, yeah, let's see what it looks like this week. We're going against the Chicago Bears.
Yep.
Tough situation the whole game. He wins again. The offensive line was awful. We had no real seriously good defense yet. And the offense, wide receivers, I don't even know. I can't remember who we had. He went from that game all the way to the end of the season. Other people said, we're going to run the board. I said, man, ain't running no board, man. You guys know who we're playing next? And we're playing the Jags. Jags are smoking hot right now. We beat every last one of them. 5 games. Jimmy G runs the board. I said, guys, this guy's got that it factor. He didn't have to win those games. There was no way he was supposed to win those games with what he had to work with. And then I noticed in 2018, now he needs to learn the offense. I was thinking that what I saw was all there was going to be. This is where he's going to go excel from here. He's got to learn the offense. All of a sudden, his game looks watered down. It's changed. He's disciplined. He's doing what he's told. Everybody started yelling regression. But I knew right away, no, he's not regressed. He's trying to learn Kyle's offense. That's when the hate started on him then, pretty much. And then he got hurt against the Kansas City Chiefs, and we, of course, went down the tubes. 2018. 2019 comes. Jimmy G plays his first full season. A lot of people don't want to give him any credit, maybe give him about that much credit, maybe that much credit. But they give the rest of the credit to the defense and the running game. But I said, you know what? Here's the thing. When he's on the field, no matter what you want to say, no matter who you want to give the glory to, he was on the field, they won. See, I'm the kind of guy that if you get hurt, I'm not going to automatically assume you're a bad football player, and a lot of people do. I refuse it. I'm as loyal as it gets if I support a football player. I'm not going to betray. I'm not going to all of a sudden get into the bandwagon. Get him out of here. We hate him. You know what? Jimmy G's record is 22, and I don't even think he's reached double digits yet as far as losing. That's why, he stays on my wall until he leaves. That's my dude. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, but I remember back in 2017 when Jimmy Garoppolo played those games against the Bears and the Jaguars, and I would be watching the games, and I would call my dad. And I was like, Dad, did you see Jimmy Garoppolo just made this sidearm throw to Trent Taylor? That was beautiful. And he was beating the Jaguars, the Titans, and those teams were red hot. And in 2018, I feel like he on that play that he got injured, he tried to run out of the pocket and he got hurt. And I feel like after that, he lost his confidence. And he just, if you watch it last season, 2020, instead of running out of the pocket like he did when he got hurt on that play, he just holds the ball and tucks it in a little bit and gets scared and he just takes a sack. Now, I'm really not a Jimmy Garoppolo defender. I know he has a winning record. And I also agree with people that say this because of the defense and the run game. But the thing I have a problem with Jimmy Garoppolo is that 2019, I understand he has a winning record. But if you look back at those games in 2019, some of the games, the Rams in Week 16, the Seahawks Week 17, most of the games that Jimmy Garoppolo plays, we win. but it's usually like the run game or the defense bailing him out. Because if you look at Jimmy Garoppolo's stats, some of those games, he'll have 1 touchdown, he'll have 2 interceptions, and Raheem Mostert will have like 50 yards and 2
5,000 yards.
touchdowns,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't play well in most of the games. The one game that Jimmy Garoppolo played well, and I was shocked when he played, and he outdueled a future Hall of Famer, was when they played the Saints, and they were in the Superdome, and they beat the New Orleans Saints, and Jimmy Garoppolo played such a good game. So that was the only good game that I saw him on the Niners. Besides the ones in 2017, that was the one game that I saw him in a long time that he played absolutely amazing. Otherwise, even after that game, most of the games after, even in the beginning of the season, he throws 1 touchdown and he throws 2 interceptions. Run game, defense bails him out. I get the winning record, but
don't forget about
it's
the
mostly
Rams,
because
though.
of the defense. What?
Yeah. Don't forget about the Rams, though. He likes to beat them too.
Yeah, he likes being the Rams.
We need to get into this next week. Well, I'll join you next week and I'll explain. There's some other things that he doesn't get much credit for. I kind of think he should get a little more credit for. I think sometimes Kyle's offense, he runs that offense how he wants to run it.
Yeah.
If Aaron Rodgers is on the field or Tom Brady's on the field or Drew Brees is on the field, they've got the pedigree that they're going to be able to do things they want to do. But Jimmy, you notice Jimmy, CJ, and Nick all kind of look the same when they played as far as being under center and out of the shotgun and those kind of things. I think that's more Kyle's doing than it is their doing. You know what I mean by that? When I say they're doing what they're told. I do wish sometimes that a quarterback like Matt Ryan actually stuck to the script too. I mean, I'm not sure if Kyle insists you stick to the script or is he give freedom to do things. Jimmy, I think Kyle made him sign an affidavit after he got that ACL tear in 2018. I said, listen, you're going to sign here and you will not run again. He's only ran a couple of times since that year. And I just think Jimmy could have took off, but he didn't. He just folded and took the sack. So, we're going to see this year. I mean, Jimmy knows he's leaving next year, right?
Yeah.
I got a feeling you're going to see a Jimmy G this year that goes off script a lot. We'll see.
If Jimmy Garoppolo balls out, I won't be against it. Okay, I would love to see a Jimmy Garoppolo balling out. I would love to see a 2017 Jimmy Garoppolo. I just haven't seen it for the last 3 years.
It's been a while.
So
it's been a while. Last year
it's
was
been a long
terrible.
time, but I would love to see it.
Also, he's got some great receivers now. We haven't always had great receivers. Now he's got 3 legit targets. Jimmy's got no excuse not to look good this year. He's got Kittle, Ayuk, and Debo. Debo's his bread and butter guy anyway. George Kittle's his other bread and butter guy. Ayuk's going to be a star. Jimmy's going to look good this year, I'm pretty sure. Offensive line, it's solid. He's got one of the best centers he can get for Kyle Shanahan's offense and Mac. So, if people are looking for Jimmy to fail this year, I don't think so. As long as he does not get hurt, Jimmy's going to set records, I got a feeling, this year. So
The thing about, I don't think Trey Lance is going to start unless Jimmy Garoppolo gets injured or he plays absolutely horrible. I just don't see Trey Lance starting over Jimmy Garoppolo.
And you may as well let him sit there and gel. What you don't want to do with that kind of play, you don't want to throw him out there too soon. Something goes wrong and he loses confidence. So it's probably his best interest and the team's interest anyway for him to just wait a minute. So
not even that, but the media will come. The media will come after him. They'll be like, "You guys win games with Jimmy Garoppolo, and you guys can't do it with Trey Lance." The media is gonna come after him. You spent 3 first-round picks on this guy. You can't do nothing. And Niners fans are critical of their quarterbacks. Alex Smith. Niners fans are critical of Alex Smith. And like my uncle told me one time, he was like when Aaron Rodgers, he balls out, but Alex Smith just did the right thing. That's what I've heard from my uncle. Alex Smith did the right things. He would just throw 2-yard passes and do the right things, while Aaron Rodgers would make the flashy play and throw it long down the field. Yeah. And Niners fans would be like, "Why didn't you draft Aaron Rodgers?"
That's never going to change. I mean, when you get 30 years old, you're going to be saying the same thing. We are stuck in our ways. We're going to do this kind of thing forever. That's just the way it is in San Francisco. We're real passionate about that position because we've had Joe Montana and we've had Steve Young. Jeff Garcia was good. So we expect nothing but the best from that quarterback position. So that's something that we have to understand. I mean, you know, we're gonna get together next week, right? I can't wait to talk to you.
Yep.
You're as cool as can be. All right, looking forward to it.
Respond to my DMs, man. I DM you back.
Flag on Ronbo, man. All right, I mean, we're gonna go. I'll get contact you in a little bit, and we'll set it up how we're gonna do it. Okay.
Okay. See ya, man.
All right. See ya, man.
Have a great rest of your night.
You too. Night.
Night.
What a cool little dude. Let's see where Tony. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony, you sound loud and clear now. Tone, come on in, man.
How you doing, man?
Tony, man, I was laughing because I says, you know, Rudy made it a point. He only calls every now and then, right? You and him got this thing going on. He called in here and decided to reiterate some of the things he said. Says, you know, Tony's so cool. Tony's like not taking Rudy seriously. So, you know.
That's history about the father. That's history. I'm looking at the now.
As you should be. Because,
Yeah.
you know, this is the. As a matter of fact, do you play the Rams this year?
Oh, I wish we did. No, we don't. That'd be a good measuring stick for our offensive line because I don't get into Pro Football Focus and all that, but they got an offensive line ranked 23rd. And Ronbo, we got 2 former first-rounders on the offensive line. You guys got 3. 2 of yours are future Hall of Famers, and Trent Williams and Alex Mack. But, you know, all these predictions and this, all it is a person's opinion.
You know, did you say 20? Tony, did you say 23rd? They ranked your offensive line at what? 20 what?
23rd.
Damn. That means Matt Ryan needs to take out some more insurance policies if you go by what they say. Oh, God.
No, we're good, Ronbo. We got this kid Hennessy that we drafted in the 3rd round to replace Alex Mack. And then we drafted Dahlman that played for you guys, his son, this year.
Oh.
To give him competition at the center spot.
How's he looking? You know, a lot of us wanted the 49ers to pick him up just for, if no other reason, tradition.
He's looking pretty good.
Yeah? He's got a great teacher.
Some people think he should be the starter, but we won't know until training camp.
See, that's another thing, Tony. These projections you're seeing right now, pretty much those are just anticipations. They should call them anticipations, not projections, because people are looking at their own perceived notions and calling them legit. They're not legit. Do you know Kyle Shanahan is not even ranked as a top 10 coach due to the fact that his record says, you know, but they should look at things like Kyle won 6 games last year with a motley crew. We had duct tape and glue. Yep. That's all they were using to keep that team going last year. Yep. Still put out 6 wins. They don't take that in consideration. They look at the record and say, no, Kyle, you ranked number 10. And one survey had Gruden ranked ahead of Kyle. I said, boy, somebody needs their ass removed on this. Gruden.
It's funny you say Gruden, Ronbo. I'll go ahead and let you finish your story, and I will talk to you about Monday Night Raw a little bit. It was comical. I was listening. Y'all had me cracking up Monday night.
You mean when
Ronbo,
Sheik went after...
It was comedy at its best.
Sheik was all
and then
over.
You made a comment. You said, Ronbo, you said something that was funny as hell. You said John Gruden signed a 10-year contract. Somebody should be brought up on charge.
They should. If I was the owner, I'd be looking for the guy who decided to make that decision. And if my entire board decided to agree on it, I might consider removing all of them as well. You guys gave John Gruden a 10-year contract. The hell was that about? You couldn't even go 3 years to see if he's going to be a good coach or not. You signed him for 10 years. How about I take some money out of your salaries and pay him with your money? I would seriously. Because, I mean, what do I tell Gruden now? I don't really like what you're doing here, and I think I want to make a change. Well, we signed a contract for 10 years. Yeah, I know. I'm going to work on that, and I've got a way I'm going to get that taken care of. But don't worry about it, John. We just need for you to go ahead and make an announcement so you don't lose face and say you want to step down, and let's do it that way. You know. So
and almost halfway through it, not one playoff appearance, not one.
It's fifth year for Gruden, right?
Yes.
Now one playoff appearance, and the guy they fired, he had that team doing a good job. The guy from Hayward, California. Oh.
Yep. Well.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronbo, I heard you guys got some. You were talking about your offensive line. According to Athlon's here, that rookie Aaron Banks from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
According to them, you guys are going to start him at the right guard and move McGlinchey to right tackle.
Tony, where'd you see? Okay, move McGlinchey to right tackle and move Aaron Banks. Wait.
The rookie that you guys drafted from
Aaron
Notre
Banks.
Dame.
Aaron Banks is Aaron Banks is he's going against Brunskill for the right guard position. But what I was talking about earlier is that what we might see is Aaron Banks versus Lakin Tomlinson, because if Brunskill and Banks are battling and look both really good, they may consider letting Lakin Tomlinson go and save $5 million and keep those two guys in there who won't cost much money. But yeah, see, it's just speculation.
Pretty steady, man.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Thomason hasn't missed but one game since he's been with the 49ers. I think we signed him back in. Did we sign him in 2017 or 18 or something like that? Anyway, he's not going anywhere. It's just speculation. You know how people start manipulating money? Yeah, we can. If we did this, we'd be able to afford to do this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those.
Yeah, and those other rankings, they got. I don't know if you saw those rankings. They got Matt Ryan 7th, the quarterback rankings, and over Dak Prescott. I'm like, I can't wait till the season.
Wait.
Cowboy fans.
Over Dak, right?
No, they got Dak over Matt Ryan.
No,
they got Dak 6th
no.
and Matt Ryan 7th. You know what I did? I typed in the chat. I said Matt Ryan right now is 9th all time in passing, and completions and touchdown passes. I said Dak Prescott through his whole career, he's not going to reach where Matt Ryan is right now.
Ever.
He ain't going to reach it.
Ever.
Through his whole career.
And Tony, you remember year before last, 500. The team, I think did they go 8-8 or something like that? They did not beat a team over 500 record. Not one team. And then didn't they get the butt handed to them by the Giants that year as well?
Oh, the Giants going to win that division this year. The Giants are loaded now, man. I just don't know how long it's going to take them to gel.
See,
with the free agent moves and the draft picks they have, they got people coming back.
And tell you what, Tony, I mean, Saquon wasn't playing that year when the Giants beat Dallas.
Yeah, it was probably the year before they drafted him.
No, this is the year before last. When Dak was out there, talk about, I need $40 million a year. Okay, Dak, you need to calm down, man, because you know what? Y'all been to the playoffs how many times? Now that all-star offensive line is gone, even Zeke can't run anymore. So you and Zeke need to watch yourself. I'd say, because, Zeke looks – that's why I keep saying, when you have an all-star offensive line like the Cowboys did in Dak's and Zeke's rookie year, of course you're going to look fabulous. Now, deal with the offensive line that everybody else has to deal with. Let's see if you still look like that. No, they didn't.
And plus, you catch teams off guard when there ain't no film on you. Wait till they make adjustments. Now we got film on you.
Yep. And in combination with that offensive line gone. So I'm laughing.
But that defense is going to be garbage. I guarantee it. My former head coach, Dan Quinn, is there. Well, Dan Quinn, when he was at Seattle, I'm like, you guys don't have the players on defense Seattle has.
See?
You don't have the players.
Yep.
You're going to run that cover 3 soft zone and get picked apart.
That's right. You got to have – you actually need a Richard Sherman in that defense for it to really work. You need a Cam Chancellor down in the box terrorizing people. You need that front four, man.
They have that Keanu O'Neal, the guy he made the Pro Bowl in 2017 for us, a former first-round pick in 2016. But so he's with Dallas now, but they're playing him at linebacker.
Oh, man, you can't.
He's a strong safety.
Oh, And see, that's why you really personnel means a lot in certain defenses. You got to learn how to cater that defense to what your personnel is capable of getting done at a high level. I do it now because it's such history now. I give the Hawks all the credit in the world. Now that defense was frightening. I hated every time we played the Hawks, 2013, 14, 15. I hated that. I'd be nervous all week because I knew they were going to come in and embarrass us, and they did. So it's personnel means a lot on every defense. So,
Sure.
So, Tony.
Ronbo, I know I gotta go. I know we're running out of time.
Yeah.
But Monday Night Raw was entertaining. With Rudy going against who was it, Sheik?
I was staying out of it.
I was in tears.
Sheik wouldn't let me talk. Sheik was all over Rudy like a cheap suit.
Rudy. I was in tears. That was some good stuff. Now I know why you call it Monday Night Raw.
Oh, it's calmed down from years gone by, but every now and then, yes, we have them cage matches.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
yes, sir.
all right. Hey, Tony, I'll be back Friday looking for you, all right?
All right, I'll see you. Good talking to you.
Always a pleasure. Have a good night.
All right, take care.
All right, you too. And Stephen Hernandez, I'm going to get this right. Stephen, I'm not sure. He's a kid. I don't think he is. Something I learned as an adult, racist, no one's born a racist. Influences, parents, that's what usually develops a racist. He seems pretty innocent to me. I like him. He's okay. But thanks for the contribution, though. Fam, I'm going to go ahead and get on my noble steed and start working on my... Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Make them doctors and lawyers. You know what? I got to have fun with this. I'm gonna add my own spin on it too. Kevin Roberts' birthday, man. Fam, have a great night. Thanks for the contributions, fam. Fam, don't forget to do the likes before you go out, though. Don't. You know what I'm saying? I like likes. God, I love doing that. God, it's just such a rush.